Good morning. So I want to welcome all the people of St. Henry to my newest St. Henry Connection. And this morning I have Lisa Holzapfel, who I've known for several years now. Lisa came through the RCIA process at St. Matthew Church when I was pastor there. And Lisa, what year was that?
I should know that right off the top of my, it was about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was some time ago.
Yeah.
And recently, Lisa has become a parishioner here at St. Henry. And they moved over this direction recently. And Lisa and I met last week to talk about a fantastic new not-for-profit that she and a good friend have begun here in Middle Tennessee. And I wanted to just talk to Lisa about that, give you all a chance to learn a little bit about something that I think is really important in our community. So I will start by saying, what's the name of the ministry, Lisa?
Pearl Haven, Tennessee.
Pearl Haven, Tennessee. And the reason for this particular mission, the ministry that this has to do with, is ending or helping to assist young women and even sometimes girls who have been trapped in human trafficking. So several years ago, when I was at St. Matthew as pastor, we had a parishioner who came to talk to me about ending slavery in Tennessee. It's called End Slavery TN, another organization. And I must admit, I was completely caught off guard because I didn't even realize this was happening right here in Nashville, Tennessee. That young women and girls sometimes were being kidnapped and forced into basically sexual slavery. And it's become a larger problem since then. And 6 years ago, I was on I had the opportunity to speak at a conference on ethical citizenship at the University of Missouri. And the keynote speaker was a young woman, and she had gotten out of the military, and she had been kidnapped and trapped in sexually slavery at gunpoint. And her kidnappers threatened to kill her child if she did not cooperate. So I had no clue that this happened. So with that as by way of background, Lisa, can you tell me a little bit about what Pearl Haven is doing and what makes it a unique thing right here in Middle Tennessee?
Perfect. Well, we're not doing it yet, but we're sure working to start doing it. So this is a 7-year process. This is not something we thought about a few weeks ago and said, let's do it. It's been on our hearts very, very deeply for that amount of time. And we are wanting to do immediate rescues. When we've talked to law enforcement, we have talked to different organizations. We've partnered with People Loving Nashville, with the homeless community, because a lot of times they show up there. So we will, like I said, be on call 24/7. We will go immediately. We will have a driver, someone else with the driver, either myself or the CEO, and then we will also have a volunteer that has been through trafficking, so they can sit with her in the moment. The scary thing is, so many of these girls are in love with their trafficker. They don't realize it. It's not just kidnappings from the store. It's girls that form online relationships through Facebook, and they're not true, and they think they love this person, and maybe their home life is normal, but they think it's terrible, because most teenagers do. And they go to meet this person who they think they've established a relationship over months, and they never come back. And it happens to every socioeconomic level. It's grown so exponentially in our area. And last year it was a $250 billion industry worldwide. And it's devastating. So right now, there aren't a lot of opportunities when you find that girl to put her immediately in a safe environment, to have trained counselors, to have medical. We're going to have a very heavy medical staff, and we've got a pediatrician, we've got an OBGYN, we have therapists, we have an internal medicine that are all volunteering their time. Another big thing that we're doing is we're accepting pregnant women, and there's not another facility now that does. And that we kind of really feel like we'll have the opportunity to help 2 lives on this journey of healing.
That's awesome. And by way of background, Lisa, you are a registered nurse.
Yes.
And your partner who is helping to establish Pearl Haven is also a nurse,
Yes.
correct?
And we've both been in women's health for combined over 50 years.
Wow, including working for Hope Clinic,
Yes.
true?
Yes.
So that important ministry of assisting women in crisis pregnancy. So
Yes.
you have good experience in
Yes.
helping women
Unfortunately, I do.
who
Yeah.
need help at desperate
Right.
moments of life.
Mhm.
And as I heard you talking about it last week, Pearl Haven, you all have been able to find a piece of property in right here in Middle Tennessee with a facility that could house easily 12 women very safely and help them for a period of up to 90 days.
90 days, but longer if we're transitioning them. We're working with Thistle Farms, we're working with Magdalene House and Slavery, which are long-term programs. So if they don't have a place for a woman that we've had at 90 days, we're not going to kick her out. She can stay as long as she wants. The 12 would be immediately once we got that property. It could increase, it has space for up to 30. So, I mean, it's amazing property. It has to be obviously extremely private. It's gated. It's such a beautiful place to heal. We'll have equine therapy and we'll have gardening and baking and things to just surround the women with love, to meet them where they are, to show them how Christ has lived in our hearts and spread that to them. But spread it through our actions. And then when they're ready to be more active in their spiritual growth, we'll be there for that as well. It's
Wow.
definitely faith-based.
Wow. That's one of the things that I love about this ministry is that you all are coming at this because of your faith. It is something about what the Lord has been for you that you want to share with these women. And yet it's not a heavy-handed kind of thing. It's simply, let's show our faith by our actions of love.
Yes.
And so often, that's exactly what vulnerable people really need the most.
Absolutely.
So my hope is that some of you here at St. Henry will be inspired by this, and certainly we invite your prayers for this beginning new venture, Pearl Haven.
Yes.
Haven.
TN. There's another one in Hawaii.
Pearl Haven
If you don't put the TN,
Okay.
you go to Hawaii.
All right, so Pearl Haven TN. And the contact information, if anyone is interested in learning more or in supporting the ministry in some way, will be available. So,
And if I could say one more thing, we are having an
Absolutely.
auction starting October 15th. We are desperately looking for donations, literally, of maybe a lake house that you have that you could rent out for the weekend, or if you own a business that could give a gift card for services, or if you have an item that you could donate. We are, the auction will run October 15th through October 30th, and you can certainly contact me or you can reach out to the website, but I would love to hear from you. I'll do all the lead work, I'll do anything. We have the donation forms for the tax deduction, but this is really an amazing opportunity to put the missing piece of the puzzle, to be able to do the immediate rescues, do that intensive therapy, and just shower them with God's love, because that's really what it's all about. And they're at a place of worthlessness, and they are precious, and we want to help them learn that. Yeah.
thank you, Lisa. Appreciate
Thank
it very
you.
much. God bless you
Thank-
all.